Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I want to thank everyone that has liked, commented, and subscribed to my YouTube channel thus far. And I want to thank everyone that liked and commented on my empty house tour video. This video is going to be about my 2018/2019 NACA timeline. No two NACA timelines or journeys are alike, so I just want to kind of let you guys know that as a disclaimer before going into details. I went to my first NACA workshop in March of 2018. At that particular workshop, they had one of the head guys from NACA there, and he was speaking on just the NACA program. At the end of the workshop, he was taking questions like you come talk to him individually one-on-one. So I thought my biggest hurdle with NACA was going to be student loans, so I went and I wanted to talk to him about that. As me and him were conversing, he said to me, "Well, where are you from?" I told him, "Well, I'm from New York, but I plan on moving to Maryland at the end of June of 2018. He said, "Well, you're going to have to wait a year before you can become NACA qualified after you have lived in the area." So at that point, I was extremely just discouraged. I was upset. And the whole way home, riding from Maryland to New York, I was just upset. Like, I thought I had researched everything, didn't understand why I couldn't go through with it. After talking to God, he put into my spirit that he opens closed doors, basically. Like, I shouldn't let what that guy told me be the end all to be all. Like, I shouldn't just give up on my dreams of wanting to purchase a house because of the feedback that I received. And that's why I named this video "When NACA Said No, God Said Yes." So I moved to Maryland at the end of June 2018, and at the beginning of July 2018, I decided to call NACA to schedule my first face-to-face appointment. They gave me an appointment for July 25th of 2018, and on July 25th at 2 p.m., I went and met with my mortgage counselor. My mortgage counselor had planned on just going over my budget with me and then sending me away with an action plan and then providing me with a follow-up appointment. I want to say I had about 85% of the documents that were on my action plan already with me at that first appointment. And I have to give thanks to the NACA blog for that, the NACA handbook that they gave, as well as the Gloria Douglas Binder series here on YouTube. And he was really impressed at how organized I was, and I think that's what made him a lot more willing to work with me and advocate on my behalf throughout my NACA journey. So he wanted to give me an appointment for the following week, but I was going to be on vacation for 2 weeks, and I wouldn't come back until August 14th. So he set me up with an appointment on August 16th. I had an appointment August 16th, then I had another appointment August 23rd, and then the 31st. At those appointments, we did letters of explanations. We did the verification of rental forms, where I had to sign those, the verification of employment forms, and the verification of employment and the verification of rental and the LOEs is why I had the 3 appointments, because forms were filled out wrong by the people that I sent them to. One job wasn't, my old job wasn't really willing to fill out a third-party form. And then my new job, I had to wait till I had been working there for 30 days, and I had to get my 2 pay stubs so that NACA could get an accurate depiction of what my salary and what my monthly income would be for my new job. And it was also hard to get an offer letter for my new job because they didn't give like a formal letter. It was just like an email. And it was very hard, like just getting anything in writing to be sufficient for NACA from my employer. But finally, September 28th, I was NACA qualified. And I was so ecstatic when my mortgage counselor informed me of that. Like, I didn't know what to do. But you have to go to a purchase workshop before purchasing a home. So they offer the purchase workshops in my area every Thursday, I want to say at 6:30 p.m. and it's at your local NACA office. So the next appointment available for me wasn't until October the 4th. And I went to the purchase workshop. At the purchase workshop, they gave me a handbook and they gave me like a little packet which had my credit access checklist. It had the property specific letter application, like the thing that the real estate agent had to fill out. It had a document for people who were interested in buying condos. It had the title company information, and it had one other paper that I can't really remember, but I'll show that in an upcoming video. So then I was free to go shopping for a house. I found two houses that I liked, and unfortunately, they weren't willing to work with NACA. I had put in offers, and my offers were the highest offers they had received, but they just let me know that they had heard a lot of negative things about the NACA program, and they weren't willing to work with someone going through the NACA program. Put an offer in on another house, they gave me the same thing, so I began to get like upset again because I was like, nobody's gonna be willing to work with this program. Maybe it wasn't even meant for me to go through NACA with purchasing a home. When I was looking, still was shopping. October 27th, actually October 24th, I located a house that I really liked again, and I put an offer in on that house. October 27th, they accepted the offer on the house. By the 29th, I had already scheduled the home inspection. By the 31st, I had received a copy of the home inspection report, sent a copy to the seller, and I was asking them to complete the repairs that was listed on the report. On the 31st, I also went through credit access request, and I got my loan estimate that same day. I had to go to the NACA office for that. By November 2nd, I was credit access approved, and I did my first bank app. On November 2nd, I also received the required repair list from NACA, from the hand department in particular. But I hadn't heard anything back from the seller or the real estate agent, so I was a little bit wary, and I said to my real estate agent, I was like, I think we should keep looking because they don't seem too sure what's going through with this deal. Even though they said that we were the only people that put an offer in on the house had been listed for like a very long time, and even to this day, the house still hasn't sold. November 3rd, I had found the house that I liked. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to give them another day to come back with something, but I even liked the house that I had found. I'm calling this house number 2, even more than house number 1. So I was kind of hoping at this point that they kind of flaked on the deal. On November 4th, we kind of just gave them like a last notice, like, hey, I let my mortgage counselor know, like, yeah, we're probably going to be pulling this deal because they aren't responding or anything like that. And that happened in the morning where we sent them the letter and everything. By that evening, they had already relisted the house without responding back to us, and they had put the purchase price down $5,000. And I want to say all the repairs that we were asking weren't even going to total $5,000. Like, so I don't know what really was going on with this house. Like I said, it's still online listed for the $5,000 cheaper to this day. But then, on November 4th, we went to go look at the house again just to make sure it was something that I wanted. On November 5th, I sent the request for the property-specific letter to my mortgage counselor. On November the 6th, he responded back and gave me the okay because this house was actually more than what I was qualified, the overall purchase price I was qualified for through NACA. But they still was going to let me go through with the deal. And on November 6th, we officially canceled the contract with the first house. And we sent out the information to all the canceled contract with the signatures and everything. We sent that to the NACA program because when we canceled on the 4th, we were kind of waiting for the seller and the real estate agents to sign off on it and everything like that. And then we didn't get anything back until the 6th. So that was when it was officially canceled. November 7th is when we put an offer in on house number 2. And later that day, they came back to us with a $7,000 increase over their list price for house number 2. So I was like, oh, well, okay, I guess there goes that deal because I'm not going to pay the extra $7,000 on top of their list price because it was just like I was already above what NACA had qualified me for as far as the purchase price, and it wasn't something I was even comfortable with going through with. It was like $7,000 more, and we'll give you 3% closing help like you want it. So then on November 7th, I also went through the hand webinar, and I got the certificate of completion for the hand webinar. And then November 10th, me and my real estate agent had been looking at different houses and things like that, because I was going to go through with that deal. And then November 10th, the real estate agent for the seller of house number 2 came back saying that they were willing to go with the price that I had originally offered, which was below their listing price, but they were only willing to give 2% closing help. And I was like, kind of still need that extra 1%, my friends, because I don't got it like that. So I told my real estate agent, like, I'll sleep on it. I'm not really sure. Can we still go look at some other houses before I kind of like make this final decision? He was in love with this house. He was just so mad at me for wanting to still look. I just want you guys to really be wary of who your real estate agent is and them understanding your needs and everything like that. Just really be careful with that. But on November 11th, I still didn't accept the offer that they had came back with the 2% closing help and the price that I wanted to pay. So I asked my real estate agent, could we go out and look for houses? He was very hesitant, but he agreed to go out with me on the 12th. On the 12th, we went to go look at some houses, and then we went back to see what I'll call house number 2. Stayed in it for hours, just sitting in it, just kind of really trying to see if this was the house that I wanted to go with. Ultimately, I decided to go with this house. But this is where my NACA journey gets very bumpy and very tricky. I ended up closing on this house on January 4th of 2019. I was supposed to close December 21st of 2018. So I'm going to make a part 2 to this video where I kind of detail all the hiccups that I'll go through with NACA from this point forward. I hope this video was very informative to someone, and I definitely will have the part 2 coming out very, very soon, detailing the second half of my NACA journey where things kind of get crazy. All right, thank you all for watching my video, and I look forward to talking with you guys again about NACA and my own NACA process.